I want to remind you right now, don't miss the little things. Don't miss the little things. See, many times we're believing God for something that we may consider big. And when that prayer gets answered, there'll be obvious signs that that prayer gets answered because that thing that we're expecting or anticipating is going to happen, right? But because we're waiting for the big sign or the big obvious sign that that prayer has been answered, it's easy for us to miss the small signs that God actually is moving and working in that area. I say this because, I'll use myself as an example. There are many things that I believe in God for, but there's something that, I'm believing God for. And because I'm not seeing that thing happening yet, it's easy for me to focus on the challenges that I'm experiencing in that particular area in the ways that that is not happening, right? But when I actually take time to reflect and really evaluate the situation, I can see, wow, there are some major improvements that have happened. There are some things that were challenges before that are no longer challenges in this particular area. Like God has actually been moving and working in small ways in that area, but I missed it because I've been focusing on that big prayer being answered. And so I want you to think about whatever that thing is that you're believing God for, that you still believe is not happening or that God is not doing anything about, and look to see, are there signs that God has actually been moving in that area? Are there things that you can think about that have improved, right? That are good, that look like they're going in a different direction? And just to really see and understand that, wow, God actually is moving and working, and sometimes we don't realize it and we don't acknowledge it. And so when we acknowledge it and we see him moving and working in the small areas, it builds up our faith. It strengthens our faith because we know that, okay, something is happening. And even if that big thing hasn't happened yet, because God is clearly moving and working, I know that it's going to happen. And it strengthens your faith, and it takes you from that place of discouragement and, hope deferred to this place of being in high expectation that God will do exceedingly and abundantly above all I've been asking or thinking or imagining about this particular situation. And so don't miss the little signs. Don't miss the little indications that the hand of God actually has been moving and working in that area. And if you begin to notice that, I want you to take this posture of praise and thanking God in advance for what he is getting ready to do in that area. And even if you haven't seen it happen yet in the natural, trust and understand that it is going to happen. Build up your faith, right? And know that God hears, that he is not deaf to our voices. He is not blind to our circumstances, that he has a plan and he has a purpose. But do not miss the small things and the small ways that he is moving and working in your life and in that situation. Because it's easy for us to focus on the troubles, the negative things, right? The things that are really a burden to us or that we consider a burden, and miss the ways that God is trying to move. And so I pray that you're able to see things differently and that you're able to see the way that God is moving and actually answering your prayers. And so fix your gaze on the hand of God and the way that he has been moving and that he will continue to move. It's just a sure sign that something is happening. And if something is happening, may your faith be strengthened, and may you eagerly anticipate the day that the big thing gets done.